Hey everybody, how's it going today? Welcome in, welcome in. Let me know where everybody's watching from. Let me know where you're watching from. Now, I want to talk about today's subject. Today's subject. First of all, if you're new here, welcome. Again, let me know where you're watching from. If you're new here, definitely consider subscribing to this channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Steven. I am an online business coach, and I am also a former 9 to 5 retail worker. And I now help other burned out 9 to 5 workers, or someone who has lost their job, someone who's doing gig work and they're tired of the grind and not making enough, or someone who just completely burned out. See, these are my people, and those are the people that I'm talking to. This live stream is not for everybody, all right? It's for the people that I've mentioned, the people who are burned out, the people who are tired of living from paycheck to paycheck, people who are tired of constantly grinding through doing gig work like Uber and DoorDash and Lyft. People who have recently lost their job and they know deep down that they are meant for more. Those are my people, okay? And those are the people that I helped, okay? Now, today's subject, we're talking about the power of building an online business while you still have a job. Again, the power of building an online business while you still have a job, okay? So that's what I'm talking about today. Now, let's talk about this. Let me go to my. So, now if you don't know, again, my name is Steven. I live in Jacksonville, Florida, just in case anybody wondering where I'm from. So, that's where I'm from. But let me know in the comments section where you're from. Now, I know some people, they're going to be watching this after the replay. All right? They're going to be watching this after the replay. So this is going to be saved to replay after I watch, after it ends. So now let me say this real quick. If you're just here to sit and scroll, this live is not for you. I'm not here to, help you kill time while you scroll. Okay. This live stream is not for entertainment. If you're looking for the latest gossip or the shade room or speed dating and all that kind of stuff, then this is not it. You're in the wrong room. There are plenty of live streams here on YouTube where you can get your entertainment fix, okay? Now, this right here, this is a classroom, okay? My goal here is to serve people and give people value, okay? That's my goal here. My goal here is to help to build future CEOs and future business owners. Everybody who's just coming in, welcome in, welcome in. Let me know where you guys are watching from. I'm here to help the ones who are serious about changing their life, okay? The ones tired of clocking in every day, tired of trading time for dollars, and ready to learn the skills to build something real, okay? And eventually be able to leave your 9 to 5 for good. And that's my goal for you guys. And that is my goal for you. I'm also talking to the ones who are tired of having strangers get in their cars, right? Driving for miles up and down these streets and highways. You know, putting a lot of wear and tear on your car. Doing the Uber, doing Lyft, doing DoorDash. You know, and let me tell you something, you deserve better. You really, really do. But you have to believe that you deserve better. Now, listen, if you're just here on my live to disrupt my live and, disrespect me and disrespect other people, that's not going to be tolerated here, okay? Because and I will escort you out of here, all right? I just want to be very clear on that. It's okay to make comments or constructive criticism comments, but please, no disrespect, okay? All right. Now, real quicker, before I go deeper into this, if you want my free blueprint that breaks down step by step, just tap the link down in my chat right here, and you'll see it right here on your screen. It'll say where it says get your free copy of the blueprint. It'll be highlighted right there, okay? Now, let's talk about this, you guys. Let's talk about this. Let's be real. Every single month, we work hard, right? We get that paycheck. And before the month's even over with, the weekend is gone, you know? the money is gone. So, and you pay your rent, you pay your mortgage, you pay your other bills. Hey, you even get that Starbucks that you like, before you go to work in the morning, right? Because, a lot of people get up in the morning to go to work. I used to do it. I did it for a very long time. And even order something off Amazon, right? You'll, you'll get home at night and you'll watch your Netflix, right? You'll binge watch Netflix before you go to bed. And you tell yourself, I deserve this. And you do. You really, really do. But see, here's the part that most people don't realize. All those things, all that money is gone forever and it never comes back. There's no way to recruit that money once you have received that paycheck and once you spend it. So, thank you. I appreciate that. Yep, I'm a huge fan of I Love Lucy. I've always been a huge fan of her since I was a little kid. So, for as long as I can remember. So, I just recently got this as a Christmas gift. So, yeah, but I love it though. But thank you, I appreciate that. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate that. Thank you. If you are new here, my name is Steven. I am an online business coach, and I help other people, learn the skills to be able to leave their 9 to 5 for good. Because I used to be a 9 to 5 retail worker. I worked a 9 to 5 job for 12 years before I got fired. But I have since then discovered an opportunity online where I'm learning the skills every single day from my mentor, where I can make passive income from my cell phone. And I'm here today to teach you guys the same thing, okay? So welcome in, welcome in. So I definitely stick around. So now with this live stream, this is a classroom. No, this is not something I'm gonna rush through. If you're looking for a rush, then this is not it. This is something that you're gonna sit down and you're gonna make time and listen, because it's no different than going to school. When you go to school, you sit down and you listen to the teacher, right? Because they're educating you. Well, this is what this is, all right? The thing is, if people, if they don't have time to sit down and listen for 10 or 15 minutes to be educated, then maybe you're not ready for business, all right? I'm just saying. I'm just saying, okay? Back to what I was saying, most people don't realize all those things, all that money, it never comes back and it's gone forever. You're basically working your butt off to make other businesses out here very rich, right? Like Netflix, Starbucks, Walmart, Target, Temu, Amazon, all these billion-dollar corporations, they're getting rich while you're just barely getting by, right? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Let's see. Who's all here? Thank you for the comment about my shirt. Alexandria, hi. Okay. Holy Rhino. Okay, Holy Rhino. Okay. That's so nice of you to thank you so much for taking your time to. Oh yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. That's what I love to do. I love to help others. Because hey, somebody was talking to me about this opportunity almost 2 years ago. So now I'm here to share this opportunity with you. Because if they didn't share this opportunity with me, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. My channel wouldn't even exist. So, thanks to that person that helped me. Okay, but thank you, I appreciate that. Now let's talk about this. Now imagine this for a second. What if you took that same, $100 or $200 you spend every single month, on things that disappear, and put it towards something that can build your future. You know, because here's the truth, you guys: wealth doesn't come from working harder. It comes from learning how to make your money work for you. Like I said, I was a former 9 to 5 retail worker. As a matter of fact, I used to work for Walmart. I'm actually a former Walmart employee. I worked there for 12 years, clocking in, clocking out, exhausted. And I thought the only way to make more money was to work more hours. And guess what, you guys? Even though I hated my job, even though I hated it, it was stressful. But guess what? I did it, because guess what? The paycheck was predictable. I was comfortable. I was in my comfort zone, just like many people out here. I was in my comfort zone. But I got a very rude wake up call in 2022. In 2022, that's when they fired me. I didn't even see it coming. And unfortunately, I didn't have no backup plan or anything. So I was really stuck in a bad situation. You know, I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. I thought, I've seen it happen to a few other people, but I never thought it would happen to me. But my assumptions were, were so wrong. So again, I kind of panicked on the inside, and but anyway, so I struggled for a bit. So I was like, you know what? That was a huge wake up call for me when I got fired from Walmart. I told myself never again will I put my life in somebody else's hands. Never again will I do that. So I started to look for other options to be able to try to make money. So I came across the where people were doing gig work like Uber and DoorDash and stuff. So I decided to look into that because they always advertise where you can set your own hours and your own schedule and that kind of stuff. So and that was at the time that was appealing to me. And again, I just lost my job at Walmart, so you know, I was there for over a decade. Anyway, so I applied for those two apps, and then I got approved. So for the next 4 months, I worked those two apps, and then after on the fourth month, I decided not to do those anymore because I'm like, no, this is not it. This is not it because I was still trading time for dollars. And guess what? You really with Uber and DoorDash, you really have to be out there hustling. You really, really have to be out there hustling. Now, anybody who has worked Uber and DoorDash, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And you have to accept offers, you have to accept rides, and if you accept those things, you have to go through with it. So even though you're still technically you're still an employee because your time is still tied to somebody else's business. Because guess what? You don't own those apps. And you can still get deactivated if you don't if people complain about you, if you violate their terms of service, so it just didn't appeal to me. And it's a lot of wear and tear on your vehicle. It's a lot of wear and tear on your vehicle. And you have to use your own personal vehicle. So I'm like, you know what? This is not going to be sustainable long term for me. So I decided to look into other opportunities to be able to stay home and make money online. So I looked into Amazon FBA, I looked into drop shipping, and then I discovered that like no, this is not it. This is it just didn't appeal to me because you have a lot of overhead. And there's nothing wrong with those business models, but you got a lot of overhead. You have monthly fees. You have to pay for you got to order inventory, and then you have to pay to have the inventory shipped. And then you have to have a place to store that inventory, especially if you don't want all that stuff to be stored at your house, you know, or apartment or whatever. So you have to have it stored in a warehouse. But guess what? The warehouse is going to charge you fees to store your products. And then guess what? If a customer orders those products, guess what? You have to reorder inventory because again, they're physical products. No, just like this pen, it's a physical product. I'm just using it as an example. It's a physical product. If they decide to buy it, you have to reorder it. There's no way to, recoup it. You have to reorder the inventory. So I was looking for something that I didn't have to constantly order inventory, you know. So for the next year and a half, I kept looking. And then in March of 2024, I would never forget this. This is almost 2 years ago now. Next month, will actually be 2 years since I've been doing this. But in March of 2024, I came across, I was scrolling on TikTok, just like most people do, scrolling on their phone. And I came across this older country gentleman. He's a very nice gentleman, but he was talking about working 2 hours a day from your phone. And I would never forget this. He stopped me dead in my tracks. But he says, if you just lost your job recently, if you're tired of that 9 to 5, if they're working you silly, You know, if you're tired of the struggle, he says, guess what? You can stay home just like me and you can work 2 hours a day from your phone. I stopped dead in my tracks because I wasn't even expecting to come across that. I was just scrolling just to scroll, and I wasn't even looking for this opportunity. But even though I thought it was still too good to be true, but it's how he told it is what stopped me in my tracks. So I leaned in and listened. I didn't say anything. I just leaned in and listened. You know. So I for the next 4 days I watched him because I really related with him. So I kept watching his videos. I kept going to his link. You know, I kept doing that. So, and guess what, you guys? On the fifth day, it was on March 17th of 2024. I went to his website. I checked out what he had to offer. I was scared. I was scared to death because I never did this before. So, and because he said in his videos, this is a beginner friendly opportunity business. You don't have to know anything coming into it, and I didn't know anything coming into it. So I was scared to death. But guess what? I knew deep in my heart I didn't want to go back working for someone else. You give 12 years of your life to a company that can replace you like that. You don't want to go back. Now, I'm not knocking down 9 to 5s, you guys. I'm not knocking down. If you like working a job, you like clocking in, keep doing it. I'm not here to attack anybody's job. But unfortunately, this I can't help you here. This live is not for you if you like what you do. But I'm talking to the ones who are burned out. I'm talking to ones who are lost their job recently, okay? I'm talking to the ones who are tired of grinding, doing Uber and DoorDash and Lyft and not making enough money. Those are the people here that I'm talking to. Those are the people here that I help, okay? But anyway, so on March 17th of 2024, I made that pivot. And guess what I did? I invested myself in a digital marketing done for you business. I'll never forget it. It was around 11:30 that evening when I did it. So, but anyway, after it took me about a couple of days to set up my website. Some people do it within an hour, but it took me a couple of days because I'm very meticulous. That's just how I am. But it took me a couple of days to set it up. And then after that, I started to learn the skills. I started to plug in and lock in. Okay. Now, listen, if you're just coming in, if you want to see the exact, you know, product that I invested in March of 2024, go to the link right here in the chat right here. Now, if you're going to be watching this to the replay, my link is going to be in my description box, okay? Because some people are going to watch this later on after the replay. With the replay. But you from in my link, you'll be able to get your free copy of the blueprint in your first email from me. Okay. You'll also in your email, you'll also get my phone number. Okay. You can call, text me. The option is there. You know, you can FaceTime me if you want. If you have any questions, and I'm here for you. Okay. But anyway, let's continue. And you know what's crazy, you guys? You know what's crazy? Most people spend more money in one weekend than it'll take to start their own online business, right? Make it make sense. Because guess what? Pleasure spending is safe. I'm gonna repeat. Pleasure spending is safe. People, they won't hesitate to spend money on crab legs, to spend money on Hennessy, puffing trees, buying fake nails, buying fake weave from the beauty supply store, right? Going to strip clubs. Come on now, make it make sense. I'm talking to adults here. This is not kids. I'm talking to adults. Come on, let's be real here. And guess what, you guys? We consume and we consume and we consume, and guess what? It's over. It's like a high dopamine, if I'm saying that right. And guess what? They'll even drop $100 to $300 to go see people like Beyonce, Rihanna, Drake, Usher, you know, Dolly Parton in concert, right? And they'll even put those on payment plans, right? And you'll be at that concert screaming at the top of your lungs, for someone that you'll probably never even meet in person, right? Make it make sense. And look, there's nothing wrong with this stuff. However, what are you setting aside for your future? What are you building for yourself? That's all I'm saying. But see, when it comes to investing in ourselves in something that's going to help us, that's going to teach us the skills and be able to help us get out of our jobs that we don't like, you know, you could literally take that. You could literally take this cell phone right here and turn it into an ATM machine, right? You could take same cell phone that you're watching me with. You could turn it into an ATM machine. You can make passive income in your sleep, while you're taking a shower, while you're taking a bath, while you're sitting on the toilet, right? You can make passive income while you're watching Netflix, of course, while you're spending time with your significant other, while you're spending time with your kids. You could make passive income from this same cell phone that I'm talking to you on while you're living your life. But see, but all of a sudden, when it's come time to invest in yourself or do something that's going to help you long term, all of a sudden, oh, I have to think about it. I have to think about it. Oh, I don't have the money. See, for a lot of people, now some people really are struggling, but for a lot of people, it's not a money issue, you know. But for most, it's a priority issue. It's a priority issue. See, most people don't fail because they lack money. They fail because they don't trust themselves yet. And see, a job feels safe. Spending money unnecessarily feels safe, even though it's slowly costing people their lives. And it is, you know, and make it make sense. So you really have to ask yourself, what would happen if I invested that same money into me, into my family? Because let's be real, you guys, you know, Netflix isn't going to give you passive income. Starbucks is not going to pay your rent or pay your mortgage, right? Amazon is not going to retire you. But the skills that you learn and you build for yourself, that right there is going to feed you for the rest of your life. Now, let me ask you guys this question. Let me ask you guys this question. If you were to lose your cell phone right now, or somehow, goodness forbid, if it got damaged or destroyed, you would go into panic mode, right? You'd be racing down there to the Apple store, down there to Walmart, down there to Target, right? Make it make sense. And you'll pull out that card and gladly finance a brand new cell phone, right? You'll sign that contract. You'll probably get the latest iPhone 17 that they have, right? And you'll gladly put that on a payment plan, right? Because guess what? You need that cell phone. You use it every single day. But this business that I'm talking about right here, the same one that's changing my life, because I'm not exactly where I want to be at yet, but I'm learning the skills to get there, right? The same cell phone, you can make money from that same cell phone that you would gladly go out and finance, right? Make it make sense. And that new cell phone that you have, you're gonna pay on that every single month. But this business that I'm talking about, you can make money from the same cell phone that you're already using, right? Now, let me make something very clear here. I'm not here to sell anybody anything. I'm not here to give hype. I'm not here for that. I'm not here to convince anybody of anything. What you believe in, whether you believe me or not, that's up to you, right? My goal here is to give people value, to educate people, and I'm here to offer people a transformation opportunity. That's what I'm here for, okay? And you know what? I get it. You know, I get it when people scroll away the moment I say the word investment, because guess what? For years, for years, you know, I did the same thing. I was a consumer. When I worked a 9 to 5 for 12 years, I was a consumer. I spent money on all kind of bull crap that didn't make me money back. Right? Make it make sense. I was just like a lot of you. I was just like you. But guess what? Just like many of you, I was taught to be a consumer, not an investor. See, most 9 to 5 workers, we are trained to spend money, not to multiply it. We are taught how to make our money, make just enough money to pay bills, pay taxes, buy gas, buy groceries, and do it all over again the next following week, right? But nobody has ever taught us how to make our money work for us. We've been told that the safest thing to do is to go to school, get good grades, right? Graduate high school, go to college, get into student loan debt, get a job, right? Right? Get a job. Work a job for 40 plus years, stay loyal to that job, retire, just to live 10 to 15 years and then pass away. But guess what? It's 2026. We don't have to do that. People are making money from their cell phone. The same phone that people scroll on all day. People are learning the skills to make money from that same device. The device that you have in your hand is a gold mine. It is a major gold mine, okay? Let me look at the comments here. Let's see. Let me read you guys' comments real quick. Let's see here. You have more viewers than what the count shows. YouTube doesn't show correct. Yeah, you're right, Holy Rhino. Okay. You just could get a better. Nope. Working a job is optional. You don't have to work a job in chronic triggers. You don't have to work a job in 2026. No. Working a job is optional. Look, like I said, I'm not attacking anybody's job. If you like what you do, keep doing it. If you like making 125 a day, keep doing it. I'm not talking to you. This live stream is not for you. I'm here for the people who have lost their jobs recently. I'm here for just like I did in 2022. I'm here for the people who are struggling, who's doing Uber and DoorDash and they're constantly grinding and they're not making enough money. If you're a person working a 9 to 5 and you are burnt out, I'm talking to you. See, these are my people. These are the people that I help, okay? These are the people that relate to me and what I went through. If that's not you, if you're happy with what you're doing, keep doing it. I'm happy for you. I'm very happy for you. But unfortunately, I can't help you here, okay? You keep doing what you do. So imagine yeah, I got fired from Walmart after 12 years, and I'm telling you, it was not a good feeling. If you've ever gotten fired before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not a good feeling at all. But if you've never gotten fired, then you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. Okay? Let's see. Yeah, yet here you are. Let's see. Okay, well, let me go ahead and, excuse me. All right. Let's see who else is here. How everybody doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Let's see. Hi. Heck yeah. Yep. Holy Rhino. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they used to be. Yeah, these. Oh, Walmart. Yeah. I like working 2 hours work time. Yeah, I know. Believe me, working 2 hours a day it's a way easier than working 10 to 15 hours a day for somebody else. Getting up early in the morning, getting dressed, not even having time to make coffee, right? Having to get gas in your car, having to sit in traffic for almost an hour, just to go punch a time clock and go work for someone else. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you guys something. When you work for somebody else, guess what? They own you. They own you. That company owns your time. They tell you what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. They tell you when you can go to the restroom. I've seen it. I have seen it. They tell you when you can take your breaks. They tell you when you can go on vacations, right? They tell you when to live your life. But guess what? You don't have to do that. You do not have to do that. It's 2026. People are learning the skills with digital marketing, how to make passive income from their cell phone. And guess what, you guys? I used to be just like you. Again, I was a 9 to 5 worker for 10 plus years. And then in 2022, I got fired from that job. I didn't see it coming. I didn't think it would happen to me. It was a very stressful day. It was a very stressful moment. If you've never gotten fired before, then you don't know what I'm talking about. And you never forget it. It's not a good feeling. You never forget it. And I didn't have a backup plan or anything. So I was really struggling. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. It stung. It really stung. Let's see. Heck yeah, they used to abuse me. I like where, yeah. Let's see. Go to sleep. Okay. Let me go ahead and remove this person. Just a second, you guys. All right, you guys, if you come in here, making these kind of comments, you're going to come in here disrespecting me and disrespecting others. I will show you the door. I will show you the exit door. Okay. I'll make myself very clear. All right. Now I'm respecting you. Please respect me. If you don't like the idea of working for yourself, then just scroll on. No, I can't help you. Okay, if you like working 10 to 15 hours a day, you like slaving away working for somebody else, you like clocking in for someone else, making them multi-billions while you're struggling just to barely get by. If you enjoy doing that, I'm not going to hold you. You keep doing what you do. Unfortunately, I cannot help you here. My goal here is to help the tired, to help the people that are burned out at their jobs, people who have lost their jobs like I did in 2022, people who are tired of grinding, doing Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash, and not making enough money. Those are the folks that I'm here to help, okay? Those are my people, okay? And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to be honest with you. Layoffs are everywhere. You know, Amazon, UPS, even government jobs. So the real danger isn't investing, you guys. The real danger is staying a consumer for the rest of your life, right? And watching everybody else around you take that risk while you're trading your time for a false sense of security. And that's why I share what I share, you guys. Not to sell you something, but to help you wake up to the fact that you have the power to shift from being a consumer to becoming a creator of your own income, okay? And the saddest thing is, the majority of people out here in society, they will never invest in themselves because we've been taught to be consumers. We've been taught to work a 9 to 5. We've been taught to stay safe. But the truth be told, there is no job safety. There is no job security. And I found that out the hard way in 2022 after working 12 years at Walmart. 12 years of my life at Walmart. It was gone in an instant with under 5 minutes. In an instant, under 5 minutes, my job was gone. And it stung. It really, really stung. Right? And to be fired after 12 years and just for them to drop me like that, I like, no. Mm-mm. So, now I told myself never again will I work for someone else. If I have to start over again with a job, I might as well start some kind of business for myself. So, and then a year and a half later in 2024, March of 2024, that's when I discovered this opportunity that I'm talking to you guys about now. Because I was scrolling on TikTok and somebody shared this with me. And now I'm sharing it with you guys. So, but we've been taught that having a business for ourselves is a scam. Rather it's an online business or a brick and mortar business. We've all been taught that it's a scam because you know why? Society wants to keep us working for them. Society wants to keep us continuing to work hard and work our butts off just to make them rich and make them millionaires and make them billionaires while we struggle to pay our bills, while we struggle to pay our rent, while we struggle to pay our car note, right? Make it make sense. And that's why you only have a handful of people out here who are successful in business because guess what? They were willing to get out of their comfort zone. They were willing to do something scared. They were willing to try something new, right? They were willing to take that calculated risk. And that's why they are successful. And this is why most 9 to 5 workers are broke, busted, and disgusted, living from paycheck to paycheck. The point I'm trying to make here is, you guys, a 9 to 5 will never make you rich, ever. It was never designed that way. A 9 to 5 was designed to pay you just enough so you can pay your bills, right? And just barely survive. So you have to come back and trade more of your valuable time just to get another paycheck again in 2 weeks, right? Make it make sense. So this opportunity I'm talking to you about today, where you can invest one time, and guess what? You don't even have to put anything down today. And if you're willing to learn the skills, you can start earning reoccurring income straight from your cell phone, right? Make it make sense. Now, the business opportunity I'm talking about is a legacy builders program, and inside you'll find high value digital products, designed to help you build income online. Now, I need to be honest with you. I need to be very honest with you about this before I continue. I cannot guarantee you any income with this business. I cannot guarantee you any income. Results will vary from person to person because guess what? I don't know your willingness to invest in yourself. I don't know your willingness to be teachable, right? I don't know your willingness to show up to your business daily. I don't know your willingness to implement the strategies that we teach inside our business program. Because when you step into this space, you guys, you're not an employee no more. You are a business owner. And as business owners, they take responsibility for their actions and for their growth. Okay? And that's the difference between staying stuck and building ownership for yourself. And the truth be told, in order to have any type of wealth in your life, you have to take ownership. There's no way around it. You have to take ownership and not depend upon a system which somebody else owns, which is a 9 to 5 job. You work in a 9 to 5 job, guess what? Somebody else owns you. Every time you clock in, somebody else owns you. They own your time. They tell you what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. They tell you when you can take your breaks. Sometimes they tell you when you can go to the restroom. Seriously, I've seen it happen. They tell you when you can take your lunch breaks. They tell you when you can clock out for the day. They tell you when you can go on vacation. Make it make sense. You have to literally ask permission to live your life. But with this business that I'm talking to you about, you don't have to ask permission. You don't have to get anybody's permission. You just work a couple of hours a day from your cell phone. And if you're willing to learn the skills step by step, there's no reason why you shouldn't be successful. But again, I cannot guarantee you anything because again, I don't know your willingness to invest, show up for yourself, implement the strategies that we teach. I don't know your willingness to be consistent, so I don't know. But I will say this, it's possible if you're willing to do those things, okay? Now, before I talk about the programs, I want to educate you a little bit about digital marketing and digital products because it's important to know about these things. So let me ask you guys this question. What is digital marketing? What is digital marketing? Can anybody tell me? What is digital marketing? I'm going to give you guys a minute to think about it and I'll tell you. All right, you guys. So, digital marketing is promoting your business online to reach more people, build trust, sell your products or services. Instead of putting it in ads in newspapers or on TV, use the internet, websites, and social media and emails to market your business. Okay, and the main goal with this is to get notice, build interest, build trust, and create customers. That's the whole goal with this. Main parts of digital marketing. You're going to use your social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Now, I use YouTube to promote my business, but you can use any social media platform that you want. But what you're going to do, you're going to post content. You're going to post 3 pieces of content. Okay, a 7-second video, a um, a 30-second video, and a 1-minute video. Now, if you want to see examples of this, check out my YouTube shorts. You'll see exact samples of how I post content. Okay, you're going to post 3 pieces of content. You're also going to, if you're comfortable, you're going to go live on YouTube, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm talking to you guys. I'm going live, but that's optional. If you don't have to go live if you don't want to. But if you don't want to do that, that's fine. But make sure you post content. Okay. And here's another option. If you don't want to post content, you don't want to go live, what you're going to do, you're going to post online free ads on high traffic websites. You're going to copy, paste, and post. Copy, paste, and post. And you're going to do that for 30 minutes a day. All right. Okay. And guess what? There are 5.1 billion people on the internet using social media every single day. But guess what? Only 1% is digital marketing. Because guess what, you guys? The whole entire world is your customer base. It's not just based here in the United States. When you're in digital marketing, the whole entire world is your customer base, okay? All right, so let me ask you guys this question. What is a digital product? What is a digital product? What is a digital product? I'm going to give you guys a minute to think about that, and then I'm going to give you an answer. What is a digital product? All right, you guys. So I'm going to give you the answer, but the next time in the future, if you watch this live, you should be able to remember some of these questions. Digital products are items, tools, or services that are created, delivered, and used online without needing any physical products to be shipped. Okay. They exist in a digital format and can be accessed instantly through the internet, a device, or an online account. Okay. All right, so what counts as a digital product? Digital products come in many different forms, but they all have one thing in common, okay? They can be used, they can be viewed or consumed through technology. Online services include, or not in, limited to, powered by the internet or Wi-Fi. Guess what? Your Wi-Fi that you have in your house, that's a digital product. Because Wi-Fi isn't something that you can touch. It's a digital service that gives you online access. It's a digital product that people pay for every single month. For example, like Verizon Wireless, AT&T, or Xfinity, or Comcast. Guess what? Those those companies make billions of dollars off of you utilizing their Wi-Fi digital product every single month. Me personally, I have Xfinity, so if you have data on your cell phone, or if you have Wi-Fi, if you're watching this live stream, guess what? You got Wi-Fi. You're utilizing their digital product. Okay? They're making millions of dollars off of you every month. So if they can make millions of dollars off of you by you utilizing their digital product, then why on earth you don't have a digital product yourself that you can promote from your cell phone, where you can make passive income from your cell phone? Make it make sense. Let's talk about streaming services. Netflix, Apple Music, Apple Pay, Apple TV, Hulu, Spotify. Guess what? All of those are digital products. These platforms don't ship DVDs or CDs. They deliver movies, music, shows digitally, right? Through the internet. And that makes them digital products. Utilities are managed and delivered through digital systems, electricity, right? Now, let me backtrack. Now, for example, like Netflix, Hulu, and Spotify, see, you use their services every single month. These billion-dollar companies, they make money off of you every single month by you utilizing their digital products. So, because you're paying for subscriptions every month, right? So, if they can make millions of dollars off of you every month, then why on earth you don't have a digital product yourself that you can promote yourself and make passive income and run a bag from your cell phone? Make it make sense. You're scrolling on this cell phone anyway for hours at a time outside of your job. Why not take this $1,000 cell phone and turn it into an ATM machine? Make it make sense. That's all I'm saying. It's 2026. People are making big bucks from their cell phones. They are making big bucks from their cell phones. Okay? So let's talk about utilities, like your light bill, for example. Electricity itself is a physical energy. However, the service that you pay for, the metering, the billing, the tracking, the delivery of power, is all controlled through a digital systems. So every time you pay your light bill, you are paying for a digital product. You are paying for a digital product. So your utility company is making millions off of you every single month by you utilizing electricity, by you paying for electricity every month, right? So if your utility company can make millions off of you paying for a digital product, which is electricity, then why on earth you don't have a digital product that you can own yourself and learn the skills while you're building that business, and you can make passive income from your cell phone? Make it make sense. Let's talk about another digital device, your cell phone. This thing right here, your cell phone, right? Your phone is a physical device, but it functions as a digital product platform. Everything you use on your cell phone, apps, social media, right? GPS or Google Maps, text messaging, banking, it all exists digitally on your cell phone. The phone is your gateway to thousands of digital products. Now, let's say, for example, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Guess what? All of those are digital products on your cell phone. And like I said, YouTube, this app right here that you're on, this is a digital product that you're using on your phone. YouTube is a digital product that you're using right now, that you're looking at me with. And guess what? This digital product is worth billions of dollars. It's worth billions of dollars. I'm not saying that you're going to be a billionaire or a millionaire. I'm not saying that. No. However, if YouTube can make billions of dollars off of you watching this platform every day, then how come you don't have a digital product yourself that you can promote and that you can resell over and over again and make 100% profit straight from your phone that you're holding in your hand? Make it make sense. Anything that lives online, if it runs through the internet or or if it delivers value digitally, it's a digital product, okay? This includes cell phones, streaming services, Wi-Fi, electricity services, ebooks, audiobooks, online courses, online programs, templates, software, apps, membership sites. All of those are digital products that live on your cell phone and online. All right, you guys, so let's talk about master resale rights, or MRR. What is master resale rights? What are master resale rights? What are master resale rights? I'm going to give you guys a moment to think about it, then we're going to talk about it. What are master resale rights, or MRR? All right, you guys, so master resale rights means that you can buy a digital product and you can resell it over and over and over again and make 100% profit without creating anything yourself. It's the easiest way to start an online business, especially if you only have 1 to 2 hours a day. Again, master resale rights allows you to sell a digital product as your own, a digital product that you did not have to create. Okay? With master resale rights, you can promote and sell a digital product under your brand and platform. Now, and guess what? With master resale rights, you make 100% profit that you keep. And guess what? You don't share it with anybody. You do not share the profit. Now, unlike affiliate marketing and network marketing, where you only earn a percentage, master resale rights, or MRR, it allows you to earn a full amount from each sale, okay? And another thing about master resale rights, it allows you to pass the rights down to others. So when a customer buys from your website, they also buy the rights to resell that digital product over and over and over again. Another thing about master resale rights, or MRR, it's easy to start an online business faster. MRR eliminates product creation, tech overwhelm, and the long setup. And guess what, you guys? Your job is only to market and deliver the digital asset. You guys see this cell phone right here? You see this cell phone? This is a LG Premier cell phone, but guess what? This cell phone was sold to me by Simple Mobile. Guess what? Simple Mobile, they don't they didn't create the product. They didn't create this product. They just have the master resale rights to it. You know, LG is the creator of the product, but guess what? LG gave Simple Mobile the master resale rights to resell this product, okay? They didn't. Simple Mobile did not have to create it. All they do is resell these. They bought the rights to it and they resell these. And guess what, you guys? Simple Mobile is a cell phone company, cell phone service company. No, they make $1.1 billion annually. So it's a very rich company. Now, like I said, Simple Mobile did not create this LG cell phone product, but they have the master resale rights, which gives them the license to resell this product over and over and over again. Does that make sense to you? All right, you guys. So we're going to talk about the digital products. You know what? I'm gonna make a part two to this. I'm gonna make a part two. You know what? We're gonna continue. We're gonna talk about digital products. Okay. Now I want to talk to you about the digital products that I have to offer. All right. Now, if you're watching this and if you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. I do live streams 3 days a week, and I post video content also 3 days a week. Okay. So let's talk about this. And welcome. Happy to have you here. All right. So let's talk about the digital products. Now, the 4 digital products that I have is with the Legacy Builders program. And these are 4 digital products where you have master resale rights, or MRR2, okay? The first one is the $100 launch pad, because we have the 100, 300, 600, and 900, okay? And each one has different levels. So the 100 is the $100 launch pad. I'm going to show this to you. Let me do something here. I'm going to show it to you. So I want to show this to you guys. Let me show this to you guys. Just a second. You guys see that? Okay. All right, so these are the products that I have to offer. Just a second. Again, you guys, I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here to educate you. I'm here to give you value. I'm here to serve you. And I'm here to offer you a transformation opportunity. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here to sell you anything. And again, this live stream is not for everybody. It's not for everyone. All right, guys, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about this. Now, with a $100 launch pad, this is what you're seeing right here, the $100 launch pad, and this will be on my website, okay? You're actually looking at my website right here. All right? And as a matter of fact, be sure to get the free copy of the blueprint in your first email from me. Now, how you'll get that, you'll hit the link right. If you're watching this on the live stream, you hit the link right there in my chat. And if you're watching this on the replay, I'll have this in the pinned comment section and also in my description, okay? So what you do, you're going to get the free copy of the blueprint in your first email from me. All right? You'll get access to 2 videos of my mentor. She's going to break it down to you. She's going to answer 96% of your questions. And after the second video, you're going to be directly on my main website, which is right here, okay? Okay? And there's no pressure. You can decide if this is something that you want to do or not. Again, this is not for everybody. My goal is to serve my people who are burned out 9-to-5 workers, my people who have lost their jobs recently, like I did in 2022, people who are grinding real hard with Uber and DoorDash and Lyft and not making enough money, and they're sick and tired of doing that, and they're looking for another way. These are my people, okay? These are the people that I help. I'm not here to talk to everybody. I'm here to talk to those small groups of people, okay? All right, you guys. So the digital products I'm talking about here, this is a $100 launch pad. Now with this one, this gives you the master resale rights to 1 digital product, okay? 1 digital product. Now with this one, it's not going to get you out of your 9-to-5. It's not going to get you out of Uber and DoorDash. If you learn the skills step by step, you could earn up to $100 a day, right? Make it make sense. With this one, you could earn up to $36,000 a year. Again, that's if you learn the skills. Again, I cannot guarantee you anything, okay? Now, with this digital product, the Launchpad, this is for people who are skeptical about digital marketing and who just want to get their feet wet. You know, this is for people who wants a beginning friendly starting point that helps you to understand digital marketing, online income, and how to start building your foundation. Now, with the value of this one, it removes the confusion, it gives clarity, and it teaches the basics so you can confidently take your first step into digital marketing products on an online business. Okay, that's what this one is for. Again, this gives you one stream of income. It gives you master resale rights to one digital product only. Okay, which is $100 a day or $36,000 a year. All right, so let's talk about the next one. This is the one that I started out with, the passive daily pay blueprint. This one is worth $300. You can earn up to $300 a day, which is $109,000 a year, right? How will that change your life? Now with this one, this blueprint teaches you the skills to create content, attract the right audience, and start earning faster using simple digital marketing strategies. Now the value of this one, it helps 9 to 5 workers build real skills, content, traffic, and visibility so you can start getting daily leads and potential daily commissions. That's what this one is for. Again, with this $300 passive daily pay blueprint, it gives you the master resale rights to 2 digital products. Okay, so you can resell the 300 and the 100. Okay, so let's talk about this one. This one is the $600 digital mastery. $600 digital mastery. Now with this one, this gives you 3 streams of income. You can resell this one, and this one, which is the 600, 300, and 100. Okay. Now with the digital mastery, it shows you how to build systems, automate your business, and create long-term strategy for growing online. Instead of guessing, you plug into proven systems that work even when you're not working. And this is perfect for someone who only has 1 to 2 hours a day of their time. So again, you'll have the master resale rights or MRR to 3 digital products, okay? You can resell this one, and this one, but not this one, okay? Now, this is the most popular one and the most valuable one. This one is a legacy builders program, right? And this one right here, it teaches you the skills step by step. And this one right here, this is for people who wants to take full advantage of what digital marketing has to offer, okay? People who want full advantage of what digital marketing has to offer. This is the highest level with a complete business training, advanced strategies, full community support, and everything you need to turn your online business into a long-term scalable income. Now, this level gives you the full roadmap of creating real ownership, long-term income, and a legacy you can build on. Okay. Now, with this one gives you the master resale rights or MRR to all 4 digital products, meaning that you can resell this one, the 900, the 600, the 300, and the 100. Okay. Now, every one of these comes with a payment plan options because I know sometimes it's not about willingness, you guys. It's about timing. Timing is different for everybody. Timing is different for everyone. Now, as far as purchasing your program right here, I do offer payment plan options, right? We offer it. You can start with 0 down today. And yes, you can use Afterpay, you can use Klarna, or you can use pay later with PayPal. I have all 3. I personally got started with a payment plan because guess what? I couldn't afford, and this is the one that I started with. I couldn't afford the 300, so guess what? I did a payment plan. As soon as I got my first customer, I was able to pay off my business. And then when I got my second customer, I was able to upgrade to this one right here. So I now able to resell all 4 digital products, and you can do the exact same thing. And again, you guys, this business is beginner friendly. You don't have to know anything about it. I didn't know anything about digital. I didn't know anything about digital marketing prior to March of 2024 when I first discovered it. So I didn't know nothing about it. Now I will say this. Now you can start with zero down today with, with either one of these, which is the 100, 300, 600, or 900. But you have to pay a $39 website fee. You have to pay that up front. Now with the $39 website fee, that's gonna give you 4 things. It's gonna give you access to your website. The company's gonna give you a website that's pre-built for you. Okay, that's 90% done for you. You're gonna get a pre-built website. The second thing you're going to get is access to your back office, which is your automated system. Okay. And the fourth thing you're going to get access to is our private supportive community, which is called the digital growth community. Okay. That's the fourth thing you're going to get access to. Uh, the the fourth thing you're going to get access to is your e-learning training platform modules in Kajabi. And these are educational modules that's going to teach you the roadmap of digital marketing. Okay. Now, and in the Kajabi, you're going, depending on which program you get, you're going to see either 1, 2, 3, or 4, depending on which one that you choose. Remember, these are 4 digital products. So, and again, different people have different goals, different needs, and different levels. So you can choose whichever one you want to choose. But if you want to take a much closer look at this, go to my website link right here in the chat. All right. Now, if you're watching this, if you're going to be watching this later to the replay, you'll be able to go to my website link in my description or in my pinned comments. Okay, which is legacywithsteven.com, and you'll be able to get to see this is in its entirety. Okay. You're also going to get a free copy of the blueprint in your first email from me. Okay. So make sure you open up my email. Okay. Now, when you opt into we go to my website, you're not buying anything. Okay. I want to make that very clear. You are not buying anything. You're just getting more information. All right. Again, make sure you click my email. You'll see the free copy of the blueprint. Okay. You'll also get access to my phone number. You can call me, text me, you can FaceTime me if you have any questions. Okay. Now, that's optional. You don't have to do it. Or you can just email me directly. All right. All right, you guys. So now the thing about Kajabi is, you're going to get free training videos. Okay. And guess what? This is not a course, you guys. This is not a course. This is an interactive program. This right here is an interactive program. See, a course is when you get a course, you buy it one time, that's it, it's dead. You don't get no updates or anything. But with an interactive program, it's active because this stuff right here is constantly being updated every single day or every single month. It's constantly being updated. And you have a active, supportive community who's very active indeed. Okay. So, it's a huge difference between the course and the program. Okay. Huge difference. Now with this, if you choose this one right here, the $900 Legacy Builders program, you'll also get access to be able to become a licensed master reseller. Okay. A licensed master reseller. As a matter of fact, I can show you mine right here. All right. This is my certificate right here. So you'll take a test and you'll have to pass the test because that's exactly what I did. And guess what? Once you pass the test, you'll get this certificate right here. And you can get this digital certificate, or you could pay like a very small fee. I think it's like $10, and they can send you one in the mail, and they'll have your name on it. But see, this is a certified certificate. Certificate showing that you have and it just gives you clarity for your customers. Okay. For example, let's say, for example, if you want to take your car to the auto repair shop, right? You don't want just anybody to work on your car. You want that person to be certified, right? Well, see, that's what this is. See, their certification gives them more clarity to work on your car. Well, this is what this is. It gives you more clarity as a licensed master reseller, okay, for your customers. So that's what this is for. Hope I'm making sense to you guys, okay? Hope I'm making sense to you. Let me turn you back around to me. So, hope I'm making sense to you. And if you're just joining, welcome in, welcome in. If you don't know who I am, my name is Steven. I am an online business coach. I'm a former 9 to 5 retail worker. And I worked retail for 12 years before I got fired. And it was a bad day when I got fired because I didn't have a backup plan or anything. But I have since then discovered an opportunity here online. And it's because somebody shared this with me back in March of 2024 when I first discovered it. And now I share it with others and I help others. I help people just like myself because I don't talk to everybody on here. I talk to my people, people who are just like me, who was a burned out 9 to 5 worker, who lost their job, someone who did gig work for 4 months, because that's what I did. I did Uber and DoorDash for 4 months. And people who are tired of doing that. See, those are my people. These are the people that I help, okay? I'm not here to talk to everybody, okay? But I'm here to talk to those people right there that relate to me, okay? So if you relate to me, you're in the right place, okay? All right, you guys. So I will say this: for your website, you will need to get two things. You're going to need to get two besides the $39 website fee. You're going to need to get two things. Okay. You're going to need to get a website name for your website. You're also going to need to get a professional email domain for your website. You're going to get these two items from GoDaddy.com. GoDaddy.com. That's where you're going to get these two items. Like, for example, my website name is legacywithsteven.com. And you're going to see that down in the pinned comments on the bottom of your screen. That's my website domain, okay? And that's something that I actually created. You're also going to need a professional email domain because you're going to have a fully functioning automated system. You're going to be sending emails to your leads, okay? And you're probably like, well, what are leads? Well, see, leads is when somebody opts into your system. They're your leads. And they stay your leads until they buy from your website. Now, if the person decides to buy from your website, then guess what? They're no longer your leads. They're now your customer or your client. They become your client then. But until they become your client or your customer, they are your leads. But you're going to be sending them emails. So we cannot use now the automated system that we have is called system.io. We cannot use Gmail or Yahoo emails because a lot of times those go to spam folders and then your leads will not receive the emails. So you want a professional email. So my professional email is earn@legacywithsteven.com. Okay. So with the professional emails, your emails will go directly to your leads. Okay. All right. And guess what? Like I said, you'll be able to customize your your website name and your professional email. Now, like for my website name, I paid like $11.12 a year. Now, for my professional email, initially I paid $23.99 when I first got it. Now, for an annual expense, it's $95. Okay, but it's going to be different for everybody depending on how you customize your emails. Okay, and your website name. So. But guess what? These two items that I'm talking about right now, they're annual expenses. They're not monthly expenses. Because with this business, it's a one-time fee and no monthly expenses. You and make a one-time investment, no monthly fees, okay? Now, for those of you that are just joining, I'm not here to sell you nothing, okay? What I'm doing is educating people. I'm educating you and I'm offering you a transformation opportunity, okay? That's what I'm here for. I'm not here to give hype. I'm not here to sell you anything, okay? Now you have to come into this with a business. See, any business owner that's watching this, they're going to get exactly where I'm coming from. Now, look, I'm not here to throw shade at any 9 to 5 workers because I was just like you. Just 4 years, almost 4 years ago, I was just like you. I worked 9 to 5 for 12 years before I lost that job, and it hit me real hard. But I'm here to show people today that there's a way out of it. You don't have to keep working that job if you don't like being there. Okay. Now, I will say this, a lot of people don't wait until they have the money to invest in themselves. Me, myself, I invested in myself because I didn't have the money. I definitely didn't have the money. You know, I definitely didn't have it. But I was more scared of going back to another 9 to 5 for another 12 to 25 years. And that by itself scared the heck out of me. Because I know the time that I traded, those 12 years that I traded, I can't get that time back. I cannot get that time back. And so no excuses, you guys. No excuses. See, the same phone that most people use to doom scroll on Netflix, YouTube, TikTok, shop on Amazon, shop on Temu, order Starbucks, order McDonald's, stuff that's not going to make you money back, you can use that same cell phone to build a business for yourself from your phone and grow your income and create ownership. And guess what, you guys? You can do this business around your 9 to 5 job because you're only working a couple hours a day out of your time. You're going to do a 7-second video. You're going to do a 30-second video. You're going to do a 1-minute video from your phone. And guess what? You don't have to do all this at one time. You can fit this into the pockets of your day. And if you are comfortable, you can also go live. Go live for 45 minutes to an hour, just like what I'm doing. If you want to go live longer, that's up to you. It's up to you. See, when I invested in this business, I didn't have nothing to lose because I already lost my job. But if you're working a job right now, you should be using your job to fund your business and learn the skills step by step with this beginner friendly opportunity where you can eventually pull the plug and kick your 9 to 5 to the curb. That's my goal for you. But again, I cannot guarantee you nothing because I don't know your willingness to invest in yourself. I don't know your willingness to implement the strategies that we teach. I don't know your willingness to be coachable. I don't know your willingness to show up for yourself. What you get out of this business is what you put into it. Because as a business owner, you are responsible for the outcome of your results. Okay? As a business owner myself, I am responsible for the outcome of my results. I'm just keeping it real here. I'm keeping it real. So I'm not saying quit your job today. No. I'm not saying quit doing Uber, DoorDash, and Lyft today. I'm not telling you that. As a matter of fact, keep your job for right now. Because until you learn these skills, you're going to need to keep that job until you learn these skills. Only then, when you're successful in this business, then you can pull the plug on those jobs and those gig apps. Okay? There's a way out of it, guys, if you are sick and tired of being sick and tired. And see, that's the real difference between being a consumer and being a creator of your own income. And that right there is a mindset shift I'm trying to wake people up to this evening. If you are tired of working harder and you're ready to work smarter, go to my link right here. If you're watching this on a replay, go to the link in my description, in my pinned comments. If you're watching this on the live, go to the link in my pinned chats, legacywithsteven.com. And you'll also get access to the free copy of the blueprint in your first email from me. Make sure you open up that email so you can get your free copy of the blueprint. Look, I'm not forcing anyone to learn the skills to make life-changing money. That's your choice and your choice alone. Again, I'm not here to talk to everyone. I'm talking to people that relate to me. Okay? People who lost their job like I did in 2022. People who are sick and tired of living from paycheck to paycheck. People who are burned out from their job. People who are tired of grinding, doing Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash, and you're not making enough money. Those are my people, okay? These are the people that I'm talking to. These are the people that relate with me. If you fit in those four categories, you are my persons, and I can help you. Look, I'm not saying this stuff to tear anybody down. I'm just giving you a reality check because I got that reality check in 2022 when I lost my job. Oh yeah, I thought my job was safe. I thought it was comfortable. It was predictable. But guess what? There's no such thing as a safe job. These jobs will let you go just like that, just like they did me. I don't care how long you've been there. I was at my job for over 10 years and they let me go like I was nothing. You're replaceable at that job. You are totally replaceable at that job. And see, I'm saying a lot of this stuff that most people don't talk about out loud because it's true, because it hurts, because it's uncomfortable. Again, if you enjoy if I'm not forcing anyone to learn the skills to change your life for the better. That's your choice. If you're happy with making 125 a day at your 9 to 5, I am very happy for you. If you're good with Uber, DoorDash and Lyft, letting strangers get into your car just to make ends meet, I'm happy for you. Let's be real. If you are doing what truly works for you that makes you happy, keep doing it. But unfortunately, I cannot help you here. I can't help you here. I'm just here to show people that there's a better way if you're sick and tired of what you're doing. But if you want a way out of what you're doing and you lost your job and you're tired and burned out from your job, you're tired of doing Uber and DoorDash, the choice is yours. My door is always open to you folks. My door is always open, but it's up to you to walk through it. You know, some of you have been praying for a way out of that job. Some of you have been praying for a way out of doing Uber and DoorDash. And guess what? Opportunities right here in front of you. But because it's not what you thought it would, but for most people, it's not because it's not what they thought it would be, they dismiss it. You basically dismiss your own blessing. Again, I'm not saying that to tear you down. I'm just being real. A lot of people pray for a way out. You know, they go to church and they prophet. They ask the pastor to pray over them and prophesy, and snot running down their nose. But when opportunities like this come up, whether it's me or somebody else in a digital marketing business, but because it's not what you thought this would be, you dismiss it. Look, whether you choose to stay where you are or not, the choice is yours. The choice is yours. Okay? My door is always open, and I'm here to help you if you want to be helped. All right, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream for today, and I will be back Friday. Okay? I will be back Friday. But go to the link in my pinned comments. If you're watching this on the replay, go to the link in my description or my pinned comments. And I would love to help you. All right? You all have a wonderful day and take care.